Goltsov gives up about 25 pounds to Ali Isaev. The arm reach is identical. Despite Denis Goltsov's height advantage, he does have a leg reach advantage of 3 inches. Heavyweight semifinal. The winner will face Jared Roshold in New York City. Lillian Garcia starts our final bout of the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise, because this heavyweight semifinal is the last fight of the night. This fight is brought to you by Presidente. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a wrestler, standing at 6'3", officially weighing in at 264 pounds. At 7-0, he is the only undefeated fighter in the heavyweight division and was a 2008 Olympian. Here is the number 5 seed, fighting out of Dagestan, Russia, Ali Isaev. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he specializes in combat sambo. Standing at 6'5", he officially weighs in at 239 pounds. In 30 professional bouts, this veteran has 25 victories and 5 defeats. He is the number 1 seed, fighting out of St. Petersburg, Russia. Here is Denis Goltsov. Your referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Herb Dean will oversee this heavyweight semifinal. Ali Isaev, the Olympic freestyle wrestler in the gray trunks. Denis Goltsov, the number 1 seed and World Combat Sambo champion in the blue. Gets right to work with the jab that he calls it golden. Inside leg kick from Isaev. Another jab there from Goltsov.
Now I wonder how comfortable when I say he, I'm talking about Goltsov, how comfortable Goltsov is going to be facing a man where that jab is not as jousting because the man he's facing is just about as tall as he is.
Isaev very subtly switching stances there, perhaps to set up those spinning kicks. He's been successful in his career with spinning wheel kicks, which are not easy to find from a man of his size. A lot of respect shown in the early goings of this fight between these two fighters. Remember, both of them won a fight already tonight to get to this point. Fight twice, win twice for a shot at a PFL championship.
This feeling out process is kind of intense. Goltsov is the one doing the most questioning right now, but which tells me Isaev is looking to counter, but he also seems to be wanting to set up one of those spinning kicks.
We've seen that kick be a staple of the arsenal for our Dagestani fighters in season 2 here. Can Isaev land one against Denis Goltsov?
And remember, they say there's a different dialect from traditional Russian in Dagestan. So I wonder if the corners are using that language, because I don't think Goltsov speaks the Dagestani dialect.
Goltsov hails from St. Petersburg. Avid outdoorsman. A lot of cross-training from his camp. Inside of Isaev's corner, his cousin Rashid Magomedov.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. You have to wake up. Go in, yes, yes. Go in first. Keep your hands up, hands up. Go in, you have to go in. Yes, initiate. Ali, you have to go in. 3 minutes left.
So the corner asking for more action and maybe aggression from Ali Isaev, who's been content to circle around the outside of the cage here for the first 3 minutes of this heavyweight semifinal.
Yeah, they seem to be telling him to be first, and I do get that. Because Goltsov is going to be able to make reads off of Isaev's defense And if that's the case, then Isaev is going to be on the back foot for the bigger portion of this fight.
Nice leg kick there from Goltsov. Extremely well-rounded fighter is Denis Goltsov. 10 knockouts, 10 submissions, 4 decisions to balance out his 24 career victories.
Feeling out process is slow, but these guys are heavyweights, man. We saw Goltsov put down Jared Rosholt with a jab before, and it only takes one from men of this size.
Isaev continues to switch stances. Sometimes it's to set up wrestling attempts, sometimes it's to set up kicks. You just never know from a guy with his pedigree. Isaev actually told us in fighter meetings that before he was a wrestler, he was involved in Wushu Sanda all the way back in his youth, so he feels comfortable in the striking game. Right now, though, it looks like Denis Goltsov is initiating that puzzle.
Less than a minute left in this round, and I would say that Goltsov is slightly ahead simply because he's the man pressing forward, which says Isaev can steal this round with a big combination, landing something that does some type of damage.
Well, one of the tough things about rounds like this one is you can't really bank on how the judges are seeing it. There's just not enough action for you to really have a good sense either way as the fighter. I'd be curious to know what the corners are telling both of these men after a very tentative first round.
Absolutely.
15 seconds remain here. A trip to New York City for New Year's Eve on the line. We'll be back for round 2 next. Welcome back to Mandalay Bay. Sean O'Connell and Eve Edwards cage side. Ali Isaev, the freestyle Olympic wrestler and undefeated mixed martial artist, in the silver trunks with the wheel kick. Denis Goltsov in the blue. Will he get the golden jab going? Isaev reaches for a single, receives a right hand for his efforts. It would appear that both corners maybe told these men that they need to be a little more active in round number 2, bouncing around these heavyweights in the early going.
Yeah, I would have liked to have heard what Isaev's corner said to him, because he did shoot that shot, but he's got to set that up. I want to see him throw combinations and then look for the takedown.
High kick attempt there from Ali Isaev. More active in the striking. There's some head movement from the big Dagestani.
Jared Roshol's checking this one out, seeing who he's going to have a date with on New Year's Eve.
Remember, he lost in the regular season to Denis Goltsov, dropped with a jab. He wants that fight back. Probably rooting for the St. Petersburg native. Denis Goltsov controlling the inside of the cage here. Worth noting here that Ali Isaev, as far as mixed martial arts, he's only been in the cage professionally 7 times. Denis Goltsov, more than triple the experience.
Good shot. He's on the leg.
Single leg attempt here. Nice spot there for Goltsov. And he immediately grabs the front headlock. Isaev shrugs out of that position. We saw Goltsov debating there to flop back for a guillotine attempt.
And that takedown attempt by Isaev looked like he was working for a larger guard, and that one is kind of hard to defend. But Goltsov was able to get his hips back. Once your hips are extended, good job, great shot.
Great timing on the shot, goes right underneath the right hand, but we saw this for Goltsov before.
Exact same technique.
Excellent sweep there by Denis Goltsov, and now he's cranking on the neck of Ali Isaev. He'll attempt to lace that left arm under his own thigh.
Right now, what Isaev needs to do is wrap his arms around Goltsov's body. Bridge, yes, bridge up, but then go from his left shoulder directly to his right shoulder as he bridges. Not try to roll from his hip to his hip, but from shoulder to shoulder.
Beautiful multifaceted attack from the top here for Denis Goltsov. He's punching with the right hand and attempting at the same time to force that left arm of Ali Isaev down If he can get the hand underneath his own thigh, it is a nasty, nasty Americana.
Nice reversal by Isaev, pulling Denis Goltsov over the top by trapping that arm in the elbow. And what we call that in wrestling a lot of times, the fat boy roll. You trap that arm and take him with you.
2 minutes remain here in round number 2. Denis Goltsov finds himself underneath an Olympic wrestler. Can he solve the puzzle and get out? Attempting that same sweep here, wants to elevate the hips of Ali Isaev with his left butterfly. Goltsov doing an excellent job there, tying up the arms of Isaev. No attack from the top.
Yeah, that butterfly sweep is probably not going to work for Goltsov again. Wrestlers usually give you just one of those.
Goltsov tying up the hands of Ali Isaev, negating any offense he can mount from the top here. But he's got his guard closed, and Eve, as you've told us, that means he is not getting up.
Not unless he knows how to fly. He's going to be on his back with his feet in the air. But those long legs, trying to work a high guard, he should work that guard a little bit higher, and there it goes. Looking for a triangle choke.
He gets the leg up over the shoulder.
Isaev pulls his head up and out. Good job.
55 seconds left here in round number 1. Denis Goltsov on the bottom here, underneath Ali Isaev. 250 plus pounds of Dagestani wrestling nightmare on top of the former Russian world Sambo champion.
We've heard the fight game, mixed martial arts, especially in the grappling department, be called kinetic chess before. We've heard that many times. And that's why this right here is a good example of why. They're constantly working, constantly thinking, plotting, looking for openings, creating openings themselves. This is what the fight game is all about.
Closing in on the end of the round here, second of 3 semifinal rounds. The winner has a date with Jared Rosholt in New York City for a championship. Goltsov finishes on his back. Third round next. Welcome back, Sean O'Connell, Eve Edwards. The final round of our heavyweight playoffs. Final round of our season 2 playoffs. Denis Goltsov in the blue with the jab, Ali Isaev in the gray. Perhaps, Eve, a round apiece, depending on how the judges saw it.
Yeah, and both of these men have to come out now and take this fight. I mean, each corner is probably telling them you need this one to win. You have to have this round. And to get this round, you're going to have to go out there and be offensive, be aggressive, and find and create your openings.
Remember, in these playoffs, it is fight twice, win twice. Both of these men had 2-round quarterfinals that went the distance. This is their 5th round of mixed martial arts tonight, into the championship realm.
Don't want to be backing up too much this round. You want to set your openings, create your openings, and capitalize on them.
Isaev switches stances after the leg kick lands from Goltsov. Standing southpaw here. Back to orthodox. Talking to his corner, perhaps. Goltsov continues the circle on the inside of the cage. Isaev retreating to his left. Back inside the blue corner. Rashid Magomedov along height.
Don't let him in, don't let him in. Don't let him break a leg. Keep your arms up, heads up.
Тренировка, спарринг, выскочи, работай, как ты надо, мы с тобой работаем.
Do something, be active. You gotta go in.
Isaev's corner asking for activity, which is a fair request. Right hand there from Denis Goltsov. Isaev with a spinning kick attempt. Blocked by Goltsov.
If I'm in Denis Goltsov's corner, what I would be screaming to him right now is, you've got to pop that jab. Keep it out there. Keep it in his face. Don't just paw with it. Keep touching and throwing it.
Let's see if that's what they're telling Denis Goltsov inside of his corner. Not a lot of input there from Goltsov's corner. My question here, Yves, is this the same striker we saw in the regular season? Goltsov very tentative here. I understand respecting the power of a man like Isaev, and of course, not leaving yourself open for takedown attempts in a close fight like this. But there's just not a lot going on with the fight very much up in the air, in my opinion.
Yeah, with it being the playoffs and you're so much closer to that $1 million opportunity. I mean, sometimes you can get in your own head, think a little too much and not relax and fight like yourself. I don't know if this is how he fights when things get closer and the skill set gets tighter.
Goltsov flicks the right hand. Isaev bounces off the cage and tries to answer with a left.
I would like to see Isaev commit to a combination, get Goltsov to plant his feet, and then change levels and try to run through with the double leg or any other takedown.
Inside of 2 minutes remaining in this heavyweight semifinal. Denis Goltsov in the blue trunks, the #1 seed. Ali Isaev, the #5. Both of these guys, world champion caliber athletes. Isaev, a freestyle Olympic wrestler back in 2008. Nice right hand there and a jab from Goltsov, starting to score late. Fakes a shot. Not where you want to be with Ali Isaev. If he can get chest to chest like this and into a clinch, Denis Goltsov wisely backs out. 1 minute remains here. Jared Rochold watching intently. He will fight the winner of this bout on New Year's Eve in New York City for a PFL belt and potentially $1 million. Right hand attempted there by Isaev, glances off the shoulder of Denis Goltsov.
Goltsov should just start flashing that jab. And he has Isaev's back against the fence like he does, and he's covering all of his motion. Just keep flashing that jab, keep Isaev on the defensive.
Time running out here for either man to make a significant statement. Big right! Ali Isaev with a prayer, and it's answered! Huge ground and pound! 10 seconds left! Denis Goltsov in big trouble! Can Isaev get a finish here before the bell? Harpoon steps in and waves it out!
Ladies and gentlemen, the stoppage comes officially at 4 minutes and 59 seconds into round number 3. Your winner by TKO and advancing to the 2019 PFL World Championship, Ali Isaev.
There's a Presidente Championship moment for you with literally 1 second left on the clock. We'll put a bow on the playoffs when we come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the World Series of Fighting 18. We are back in Canada at the Edmonton Expo Center in Edmonton, Alberta. We'd like to welcome the millions of viewers that are watching live on NBCSN. Our first fight tonight is brought to you by Everlast Hydrate Elite. We are scheduled for 3 rounds in the World Series of Fighting Featherweight division. And now, introducing on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, his record 9 victories, 5 defeats, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing 145.5 pounds. He fights out of Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, by way of Digby, Nova Scotia. Tonight, he makes his World Series of Fighting debut, introducing Tristan Johnson.
One fight by knockout and submission, also lost by knockout and submission, so we really don't know a lot about him. Use his reach advantage, and since I have seen opponents countering his strikes, strike and move out of the way ASAP.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent on my right, fighting out of the red corner of the decagon. His record, 3 victories, no defeats, all 3 wins coming by way of knockout. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 145.5 pounds. He fights out of Calgary, Alberta, presenting Mean Hakeem Dawodu.
Looks like he's a striker to me. Lots of knockouts. Stay on the toes, push the fight, and fight inside the opponent's reach. Short combinations and movement right after. Look for counters.
Your referee for this contest is Vern Gorman.
Back it up. Back it right up. Back it right up. Back it right up.
So we are set to go in the featherweight division. The
Judge.
lovely Michelle Ulibarri getting us started here
Timekeeper.
live on NBCSN.
Back up. Fight, are you ready? Fight, are you ready? Mix it up.
Well, these boys do not want to separate, boss. They have to tell them to back up multiple times. So you've got Dawodu on the left with the black, gold, and silver trunks taking on Tristan Johnson, making his World Series of Fighting debut.
Johnson has some knockouts.
Mercy!
That was really nicely done. Powerful kicking here by Dawodu. Johnson has to watch out. Beautiful left hook. How fast did he throw that? Looked around the hand of his opponent. Ooh,
Boy, you're
that
going to give
front kick.
Tristan Johnson some advice early on, boss. As you said, keep the hands up because Dawodu is lightning quick.
Yep, and Johnson needs to keep him on the outside. He's got the reach advantage with his legs already. That front kick looked really good. It didn't connect, but that means watch out.
Boss, I got to ask you, are you surprised early on with Dawodu taking that kick and dropping to Johnson? He did go after him and take this thing to the ground.
He did a great, yeah, well, he's a striker. He doesn't want to do that. But did you see just before he threw a left hook, right low kick, how easy Dawodu blocked that?
Yep.
Just lifted his leg, very calm.
Hakeem Dawodu, quite young, 23 years of age. He has a record of just 3-0, but all 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout.
Oh, man, both these guys.
Not afraid to mix it up, and Johnson steps into another big punch, but answers back with a nice combination. And a cut under the right eye of Hakeem Dawodu.
Got great counters, both guys, great speed.
So great action early on here. The first fight of the night, World Series of Fighting 18 here in the featherweight division.
How easily does he block those low kicks? And even when his opponent sets it up with strikes, he still blocks those low kicks. Nice liver shot right low kick.
Johnson going midsection. Just Dawodu getting inside so quickly, boss.
So quickly, that left hook, it's deadly.
But again, it's the cut under the right eye of Hakeem Dawodu, boss. We say under the eye, it's more important because it's obviously not dripping into the eye, so it shouldn't impair his vision, but the doctors will certainly look at it, and Johnson connects there with a nice left.
Wow. You feel the tension, and you know that if one connects clean, it could be the end. Look at that, how the speed.
Johnson with a feint. You hear the corner of Hakeem Dawodu telling him, hit when he backs up. He can't throw punches when he's backing up. Johnson tries for a takedown. Nothing happened there.
Yeah, I heard it over here.
It was a little bit low, and you heard the contact from the knee.
2 minutes, Akeem. 2 minutes left.
It was a smart thing what Johnson did there. You know, go fake a takedown.
Yeah.
Nice there also. Left up. Oh, look at that. Look at how Dawodu just stays outside his reach the whole time. Oh, look at this!
Comes into the pocket and gets 2 punches for the price of 1.
Man! And 1.5 minutes. And now it's all about staying calm.
I tell you what, boss, both these guys have pretty good chins. They've each taken some serious shots here in the early round as we go to 90 seconds to go here in round 1.
Wow, Johnson is like, man, he was rocked, but then right away he's recouped again. Look at this. Man.
Boss, I've been in some boxing matches that aren't nearly this entertaining, and this is a strike and a big right from Dawodu.
Looking in for the kill now. Look, that is mixed martial arts, so smart.
Tristan Johnson wobbled momentarily, so he goes for the takedown. Now gets back up to his feet. We've got ourselves a great fight here, folks. This is just round 1, scheduled for 3.
Oh, look at that beautiful uppercut there. Less than a minute to go.
Dawodu does a great job, boss. When they get inside, he finds a way to land punches.
I would throw a little bit more combinations, like he throws power shots. One power shot, one power shot. Throw 2 or 3. Rat-ta-ta. Wrap it up with a nice kick or a knee.
Final 30 of the first round.
And Johnson also, he can take a punch and then suddenly he comes back like he's totally fresh again. He's got to watch out with those single kicks though. Every time I say this, you know. That was a hard low kick. Johnson also didn't flex his muscles, so those ones, they count.
Big knee coming up as we go under 10 seconds in this one. And a flurry to end round number 1. We will see a second round here in Edmonton. Back in Canada, this is MMA at its finest. Keep an eye on the left side of your screen. Here are the highlights from round number 1.
Wow. Yeah, that's, you know, got in trouble. Johnson right away slips in there to takedown. So nicely done. You know, let's recoup a little bit here.
Back to the action as we start round number 2. This one's scheduled for 3. Hakeem Dawodu on the right side of your screen, Tristan Johnson on the left. The story of that first round really has been the speed of Dawodu being able to get shots off when they get to the inside. But give Tristan Johnson some credit, boss. He is mixing it up, attacking on multiple levels.
That's very smart, you know. That means he's not dazed. He's not anything. He's thinking 100% clearly. You know, and if an opponent comes at you to finish it, well, he needs to plant his feet in order to get some power in those punches, his body weight in there. That's when he set him up with the takedown. It's beautiful.
Combination coming there from Dawodu, but he misses.
Johnson needs to watch out. He overcommits to the right hand every time, and he gets countered with that left hook. I missed a few times, but that hand, if it lands, that's not a good thing. There we go again. See, he wills it. He goes past the target, and then for a moment, he's totally open.
As we mentioned in round number 1, Dawodu, who comes by way of Calgary, Alberta, fighting out of Champions Creed MMA, is on a 3-fight win streak here in the WSOF, has yet to lose. All of his wins coming by way of knockout.
Yeah, there's no surprise here.
Oof.
Man. But also Johnson on this close distance is really smart of him not using his hips when throwing the knees, because otherwise he will be too close. A lot of guys still do that because they've been taught in the gym. You know, at certain times you don't, and that's a good thing what Johnson is doing right here.
All these guys committed to the kicks. Now they separate. Johnson taking the left elbow fired off by Dawodu.
Kick there by Johnson, but he didn't push it through. That is the moment. Oh, those low kicks hurt, especially when you move backwards and your muscles are relaxed. I always say to people, you know, the Charlie horse, it's effective when you don't know it's coming, you know, and this is a shin bone instead of a fist. Low kicks like that can change the whole game. He already had one hard one like that also in round number 1. Believe it or not, 2 or 3 are good ones. Could really do some damage. Oh.
And that's the second or third time that Tristan Johnson has been able to catch that kick, unable to do anything with it. And it's back to a striking game. Duwadu getting in the inside and firing off that left jab.
That's either, you know, or you kick full blast or you set it up with a strike. But if you kick full, oh, he stays there. But he was that in round number 1 too, and he simply regroups and comes back. Look at that.
Great action as we go under 2 minutes to go in this one, scheduled for 3 rounds.
Tough guy.
Nice
Johnson.
sprawl by Duwadu.
That is nice. Knee to the head. Also just using the hip flexor, which is so smart.
Last time we saw Hakeem Duwadu in action here at the World Series of Fighting, a TKO over Mike Malott at World Series of Fighting 14. That was back in October. And boss, I think he looks even quicker now than he did in October.
That is, for sure he does.
Beautiful, beautiful. Hakeem, he's standing up tall. You can put him down too. You can put him down if you want.
I'm literally sitting at the edge of my seat. It's like, you know, this is like just... Oh, again, that's hard when you're on top of the skull. It might hurt your hand.
Coming up on a minute to go here in round number 2. Not as much action as we saw in round number 1, but still some great shots from both fighters as the pace has slowed considerably.
Yeah, there's almost no jabs here. Everything's bow shots. We'll throw the knees a little bit more around so you get more of a direct impact. Otherwise, they kind of slide up over the body. They're spreading out the impact.
Watch the groin. Keep your knees clean.
30 seconds left. That was a nice knee to the body there. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the liver section there. There's another one. If he feels his opponent is hurt there, he might start breaking loose and go with a cross liver shot. You know, keep attacking it, but with different strikes.
Johnson tries to step through and get the takedown, unable to do so as Hakeem Duwadu has experienced some great defense here in round number 2.
Yeah, I believe that was Nushimata, what they call a hip throw.
So we will go to a third and final round when we return to Edmonton.
You see, what did I say with the left knee to the body? And I said you should come with a cross liver shot, and they said overhand liver shot. It was trouwens an ogoshi is the hip throw. It was without the leg. I just realized that. Oh, beautiful! Wow. Beautiful. He's gonna watch out. You go to the side. He's still thinking.
Raining down some heavy leather.
And his opponent's still thinking, putting him in the guard. Man, I'm very impressed with both these guys.
Awkward position for Tristan Johnson, unable to get
straight to the middle now. Sakuraba did that with Royce Gracie. Lift his legs up and hit straight down the middle. Again, try to go for a takedown. Duwadu, great takedown defense here. But you look at his legs, he's got these street trunks, he's got great hips. Oh yeah, he's dizzy. He's dizzy, but that doesn't say anything. Oh yeah,
Tristan Johnson right now is just hanging on.
Yep.
Absolutely gassed as Hakeem Duwadu has put the pressure on him. How much longer can Johnson last under the pressure of Hakeem Duwadu?
Now attacking the body would be a very smart thing to do for Duwadu. And Johnson needs to keep his hips against the body of Duwadu so he doesn't have any space for the knees. So this is a dangerous...
I'll tell you what, Tristan Johnson is a gamer.
He really is. And Duwadu's so smart.
Oh, and he's down and it's over.
Yeah,
that is
a very smart thing. Good decision by the referee here.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Vern Gorman has seen enough and stopped the contest at 1 minute and 59 seconds of round number 3. Officially a technical knockout due to strikes. Your winner and still undefeated, Hakeem Dawodu!
So Dawodu gets the win by way officially of TKO at 159 in the 3rd round here in Edmonton. And wow, boss, a lot of pressure being applied by Dawodu on Tristan Johnson, who has a very tough chin.
Look at that, just that one kick, the power, and how he moves towards him. Everything is spot on. I mean, there's no way he has a Thai boxing record or a boxing record. Right. I guarantee you that.
Kickboxing background for Hakeem Dawodu, and a lot of pressure as they ended round number 2. As we go to round number 3, early on, Tristan Johnson looked to be in trouble.
Look at those elbows, all perfectly timed on the forehead, and then that finishing blow right there. Wow.
So congratulations, Hakeem Dawodu. He picks up the TKO victory over Tristan Johnson.
And we expect this one to be a real exciting way to start everything. Kenny Rice and Boss Rutten, and we welcome you in, and it's underway.
Yeah, and he knows everything, Hawes. 3 knockouts, 1 submission. I have a feeling that this is going to be a slugfest.
Hawes has finished 2 opponents in the 1st round. But Taylor is hot right now, having won 5 straight. And relishes the underdog role and delivers a nice right to the head.
He's mixing it up. Fake the takedown, then come back on top with some shots. Go for another takedown. Very smart.
Taylor told me at the weigh-in yesterday he respects Hawes. He knows he's a young talent and doesn't want to give him too much room too early.
Nice low kick, yeah. You know, he's got the look to me like he has the reach advantage. I'm talking about Taylor. But I didn't look at it.
Taylor flicking out that jab.
Good job. I love his nickname from Taylor. Put the guns down. Lewis, put the guns down, Taylor.
You want to see this bout from all different angles as well as backstage content? Download the Kiswi app today. Oh, and there it goes to the ground.
Yeah, he set himself up for that. He wanted to throw a power counter, landed his feet, and boom, down he went. But like Jack in the Box, he's back up.
He's back up. Can he stay that way? Hawes has his back. Taylor, good experience. He's been in against some tough fighters. This is his 16th pro fight. Almost 4 times the pro experience as Hawes.
Is that going to play a factor in the later rounds, especially if it's going to go to a 3rd round, because then that's where Hawes has never been, right?
He has never been past the 2nd, and these middleweights are scheduled for 3.
Since he's so explosive, can he keep fighting explosive even in the 3rd round? If it goes, of course, to the 2nd and 3rd.
Show him you can shoot too.
Taylor, nice use of that jab so far.
Move it, move it. Wait for the cage, Lou, wait for the cage.
And moving in again is Hawes, trying for the takedown again.
Yeah, left hook, and he just kind of gave his leg almost. But he's got great defense. Look.
Taylor continues to get some space, flicking out that jab, and now comes through with a straight right.
See, and because he faked the takedown again. That was nice. Dipped a little and he came over the top with the right.
Was as it's supposed to be. This is considered the toughest test for Hawes, going up against a cagey veteran like Lewis Taylor.
Oh, nice.
Taylor comes right back with that left.
Nice shot, beautiful, right?
And right now it's Taylor who has the measure of Hawes. That kick coming up just a little short.
He's connecting. He's landing his shots.
This is a good start for Hawes, for Taylor, who comes in as the underdog to Hawes.
Wow. I guess being undefeated makes you right away the favorite.
And coming out of that powerhouse that is the Jackson Wink Gym in Albuquerque, by way of his home in New Jersey. And Hawes compared very early, boss, to some really outstanding fighters that he would have that kind of potential. Tough to live up to at times.
I know, but you know, you train with all these guys as well, so they make you stronger. Oh, wow.
Little slip there. You hear the ooze from the crowd.
Yes, there's oblique kicks. The one really nailed him. Some body shots also, straight to the body.
Taylor continues to stay right in front of Hawes, just measuring the distance enough. Short with that body attack.
Good combination, 30 seconds, Luke. Hands up, 30 seconds, Luke. 30 seconds.
I think it's great, but I think both fighters should a little bit start working also the body. You know, the whole body. Go head to body, body to head. Start mixing it up.
Taylor able to duck under those punches. That was a nice right by Hawes. Final seconds of round one. Taylor showing a lot of different weapons here to Phil Hawes in the start of this one. Welcome back, WSOF 32, coming to you from Everett, Washington, just north of Seattle tonight, as round two is underway. Lewis Taylor in the black trunks, in the red is Phil Hawes. Hawes, the youngster out of New Jersey, is undefeated, coming in here at 4-0 as the favorite in this one. Taylor at 12-3, the 37-year-old says he relishes being the underdog. He didn't fight like the underdog in that first round, mixing it up quite well.
He did really well, yes. No respect there, which is a good thing, of course, as a fighter. Because once you start, getting jittery because you know he's a powerful opponent, that's when you get in trouble.
Oh, that's the power that Hawes has.
Yeah.
He has 3 knockouts among his 4 victories.
And that's why he needs to start throwing body shots, because he's moved his head backwards, which will expose his entire body. Well, left hook to the head. When he moves his head back, right straight to the body. Those oblique kicks, he's doing a good job with that. And it's really annoying because you get inside his head.
Hawes pushes the action against the cage now.
He's smart, used to the thighs. I always tell fighters, to load those up. You can really do some damage here. But use the kneecap, don't use your thigh.
And once again, Taylor pushes away. Taylor continues to stand right in front of Hawes. Not many guys have done that so far.
See, now we start setting things up. He's not going to do another one maybe, and then come on top.
Again, he shoots in and pushes the action against the fence.
Taylor putting his hands in there. Need to pull those up. You cannot let him get them low. Especially on the knees, that's a problem. Oh, a short right. He connected with. Too hungry, he's got to watch out. Go for a guillotine, very smart, because that will stop the defense. And now the defense goes to the guillotine.
And it's Taylor now that has Hobbs out of there. It's Taylor has pulled the upset. Go to ring announcer Jazz Sakuro, who will have the time of the victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends with a tap out due to a guillotine at 2 minutes and 15 seconds of round number 2. Your winner, Lewis, put the guns down, Taylor!